I'm Patty Blum. I'm the interim director of the Cardozo Law Institute in Holocaust and Human Rights and the Human Rights and Atrocity Prevention Clinic. I have been working for over 20 years on issues of justice and accountability, and I have particularly been using a couple key tools in the toolkit of seeking justice and accountability for historic crimes, including civil litigation in the United States, and working in collaboration with colleagues in Spain on a private prosecution of a major massacre that occurred in El Salvador in 1989. I guess I would just like to say that the key thing about this kind of work is sort of playing the long game, understanding that things take a long time to evolve and change over a long time. Change comes in many different forms, and not just expecting to use legal tools for one kind of change, but to know that it can be a catalyst for all different kinds of change. So I'm very committed to the work that I do, but I know that sometimes it can be frustrating and lonely, but other times we really see a payoff that comes in different kinds of ways. Winning a lawsuit, having a client's life fundamentally changed by their participation in the case, bringing a major perpetrator to justice. They're all different kinds of goals. I am a consultant to the Center for Justice and Accountability. I've been involved with Center for Justice and Accountability, goes by the acronym CJA, since its inception in 1998. It's a wonderful kind of little engine that could kind of organization, and that we're very small, but we pack a big wallop. And we, for very early on, got committed to working with people in El Salvador to help them achieve justice, since they are in a country that has a very, very broad amnesty for all historic crimes. So it's a wonderful venue to participate with my colleagues at CJA in this pursuit of justice. One of the cases that we've been involved with, as I mentioned before, is that we have been working as the private prosecutors, which is a way in which private organizations, NGOs, can participate in actually trying to motivate an investigation in certain countries. And this is true in Spain. Spain has a very important universal jurisdiction statute, which allows Spain to try crimes against humanity, terrorism, war crimes in their national courts. We motivated an investigation. As a result of the investigation, 20 people in both the United States and El Salvador, predominantly in El Salvador, were indicted, but one of the top commanders, who was responsible for ordering the assassination of the Jesuit priests, was found in the United States, and a request for extradition was forwarded to the U.S. The U.S. did agree to go forward with the extradition, and after a series of hearings and briefing, etc., we just in February received a decision from the court. Very, very detailed, thorough, very erudite examination of extradition law, and explaining why it was that this colonel, who was the Vice Minister of Defense of El Salvador, should be extradited to Spain to stand trial. So we're just now awaiting. He has a few more steps that need to be gone through, and then he will be standing trial in Spain, and a criminal trial under their universal jurisdiction statute, and it will really be the first time this crime, the people truly responsible for orchestrating this crime, will ever be put on trial.